welcome back to the 765 Guys channel. Today we have a boatload of stuff to do, so I'll hand it over to Jenna and let him explain that.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So last video you saw, we got some totes and we talked about needing more totes. Well, life's crazy how it works out. Shortly after that, somebody saw my firewood ad and they saw that the wood was stacked in totes. They messaged me and asked if I needed any more totes. So I said, yeah, I need some totes. So we worked out a deal. I gave him 2 face cords of firewood in totes, and in return he gave me a bunch of totes. So me and Quentin went and got them this morning, and here's our haul for today. So we're going to show you getting these totes and how we break them down and how we use them for firewood. They are really popular for firewood, and for good reason. They work awesome. So let's see what we got here. So guys, we got 2 loads on this trailer of totes, 36 totes per trailer. So there's 1 trailer there, and then we push the rest off here, and then we've got off in the distance there, we've got another 20 on that trailer. So today we were able to get 92 totes, so that worked very good. We've got our other totes over there. We're going to take the skid steer and tractor, get all these things organized, and show you how we break one down and what we do with it. So let's go. Alright guys, so next step after you go get your tote, got to break it down and get it ready for firewood. Quinn, why don't you show us how we break it down? What's the first step?
First step I like to do is take these support bars out, which not the right size, too loose.
Okay.
Restart.
Check and see if you got a bigger size, or if that was the right size all along. T40?
Yep.
So some of them have T40s, some of them have T30s, and then there's some that I'm not finding any around here. Some of them have like a 5/16 or 3/8 head on them. So first thing,
you want to get your impact or drill, your correct size bit, and you just buzz them out.
so you guys can either cut these bars out or just take them out with the screws. I think taking them out with the screws is a lot easier.
Then what I like to do next, because it allows it to not get caught or hung up, pull these bars out like so. And from there, Jenna will take over and show you what to do next.
So
you flip the tote.
Yep, get a big pile of your bars, then you're gonna take them to the scrapyard or use them for whatever you want to use them for. So next step, getting the tote out. So guys, most typically when we take them out, we flip them over with the tractor and put the forks in the tote hole and just lift the cage right off. But for this instance, since not everybody has a tractor, we'll show you how you can do it without it. So just flip it over there.
Flip it on its side, and then those two bar holes, you can just grab.
Now sometimes the valve will get stuck. Push it back in, Quentin. And you gotta close this valve. That way it'll slide out.
Pull it out. Flip the tote back over.
And now you have this empty tote. You can either use it for something. I see a lot of people, they cut them in half here and they'll mount the bottom to a pallet. They'll put scraps in it. Use it to store stuff. We've been giving them away off the marketplace. People come get them and use them for storage, or you can cut them up and throw them in your dumpster, however you want to get rid of them. But as you can see, when you have this many totes, we're gonna have to find a really good solution to start getting rid of bladders. So our idea, and we don't know if it'll work yet, we're thinking that we might cut the tops off of these, shove a bunch of them together and take them to the dump. So now we got to get it cut open for firewood. When we cut them, we like to open the front up as much as we can. That way when we're stacking, they go in nice, and when we dump it out, it all comes out nice. So show us how we cut it. And there you go. Now the face is all opened up. You guys can cut them as big as or small as you'd like. When we first started, we would cut them really small, and we ended up hating that way because it's really tough to stack, and when you dump the wood out, it's really difficult to dump wood out too. We see a lot of people put pool noodles and stuff on here because this does become sharp after you cut it, so maybe take a grinder or just don't get caught on it. Quinn, do you have anything to add?
We typically take a grinder after we cut it, and we'll smooth all the edges out because you're throwing wood into it most of the time. We're doing it in t-shirts, so it's real easy to nick your arm or get a drag mark or cut or whatever. And like Jen said, we've seen people use pool noodles and zip ties or tape, however, to make a border, so you don't do that. But like I said, we just like to take a grinder to it, and we're just kind of careful when we do it. But like Jen said, also it's all on personal preference how you want to do it. So
yep, again guys, all personal preference, but I think the best thing to cut these is a Sawzall with a really good blade. If you use a cheap blade, like we're talking very cheap, you saw Quentin got hung up on the bottom, it will just bend the blade because there's a little bit of pressure on there. Buy a good blade, it doesn't bend it, you can cut
Anyway, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it was helpful for you.